much, you'll never fear. You could do your thing, then come near. Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. See, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high on our break. I'm all about the look that you're giving me. I'm all about the dance moves you're letting free. Well, I'm all about a sweet sound and love is free. So listen from my melody. Yeah, maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. So we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Yeah, this is the kind of sound that I wanna hear. Yeah, this is the kind of vibe that I wanna feel. And you're the type of girl, baby, you're the real. Check it one time, what's the deal? Maybe I'm caught up in the thing that you know I like. Yeah, we can make time, baby, overnight. Or we could make a grand escape, and we can roll high by the way, yeah, yeah, yeah. And when we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. When we come down to we'll be dreaming safe and sound. You better know why. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. Baby, that's all I got. We're feeling alright, yeah. We're feeling good, we're feeling alright, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's about that time for us to look around and meet somebody new. Well, let's all welcome in familiar faces, perhaps somebody who has a conflict in their life. Alright, tell them you're sorry, but there's ways to change the wrong to right. See, we can sit in a distant haze and watch rain clouds pour thoughts of greatness to help our troubles sail real far away. Oh yeah. Well, it's a struggle every day. We're stressing.
You ready, Jerry?
I'm ready.
Just want to make sure you're ready, brother. Show me the money.
Oh, you didn't know?
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
You put my shoes on, you wouldn't last a mile.
Summertime, wintertime, on the grind. Yeah, I got the ring, I'm the champ, I'm the genie of the lamp.
This is the gift I was given, so I just live by my hustle.
It don't make sense, but don't make a profit. So I hustle, ladies and homies. Make money, 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 money.
Call out here for a pill. When he tryna get this money for the real.
I want to find a thing to save my life. So I hustle.
It ain't over for me. No, it ain't over for me.
Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down.
Yeah, what up? What up? What is going down? May the 4th be with you. We're going to have our Star Wars draft division today. And shout out to everyone who's up in there. I think Bogey's still a 50-50 on there. We got one spot that we're trying to fill, and then we'll need to fill 2 spots if Bogey isn't going to join us. Yeah, shout out the crew. Minnesota Marty in the house. Hey, what up, Chaotic? What up, Crispy? Zach in the house. Oh, yeah, I'll message Caleb about that, see if he wants to take that spot. All right. Chaotic said this music makes me want to be on the Lido deck. I like it. Ecumania said the Cheers song, the intro bangs so hard. Legit love that beat. Hell yeah. Oh, Chaotic's talking about a cruise ship, maybe a 420 cruise. I like it. That'd be awesome. All right. Hell yeah, Yaku said, I'm definitely boarding the 420 cruise. That would be super fucking dope. That would be super dope. I've never been on a cruise before, but I know being at sea, who knows? I know I've gotten seasick a few times, but cruise ships are different. That's for sure. And hey, Song, be safe driving. So I'm driving to San Fran right now to meet up with my bro from Florida, and yep, we about to smoke. Hell yeah. And Zach said, how much is it if Bogey doesn't join? $10. $10. All the best ball divisions are $10. Ha! Yaku said, may the horse be with you. Yeah, I just messaged Caleb right now. He said what time and how much. All right. All right, Caleb's in, he said. Send him the link. And so, yeah, and then the last one is Bogey, which who knows where he's at right now. I'm assuming maybe he woke up and then maybe he woke up with the kids hella early and then just like passed back out or something. All right, Zach said he's in. Okay, so just be ready. Just be ready. I'll soon, whenever Bogard wakes up or whatever, we'll ask him if he could do it or not. And if not, you're in, Zach. So either way, we are filled up for tonight. Let me just make a note. And that's going to be tonight at 5 o'clock. West Coast time, 5 p.m. West Coast time. Okay. Yeah, and we'll see when Bogey gets on here. He's gotta have his phone and the laptop. So that's what makes a difference for him is having both devices. Because even when I'm like on the computer here, I'm drafting on my phone and then like just showcasing the draft, you know, on the screen. All right. Yeah, and I thought Bogey was going to be here for some Star Wars talk. I'm not as immersed in Star Wars as Bogey or Chaotic. Chaotic's a Star Wars nerd. I love it. All right. And if I'm on the clock anywhere, let me know. Let me know, please. Let me know. Yeah, and I think for this Star Wars one, we're gonna keep it OG with the it's the New Hope. I believe it's the New Hope cover that I found, almost positive. All right, and then let's see the other divisions that we got going. We got 2 spots left in the How High division. And we have one more in Entourage. So, yeah, man, we're fucking goofy bastard who said he wanted to join. Then he's like, oh, no, I'm not going to join. Yeah, so that was annoying. Let me see. I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck is AP Winky. That's someone in the Entourage. Yeah, because that one threw me for a loop. Usually I know who's who. All right. And Chaotic said, is the Entourage a slow draft? Yes, the Entourage is a slow draft. Yes. And then How High is a slow draft as well that we're filling. And then Step by Step is the next fast draft that we are filling. And Zach said, thanks, Crispy, for taking the tight end. Which tight end? Which tight end did he take? All right. Chaotic says she's in Entourage too. Let's get it. Dang it. Gotta delete the damn spammers from here. Fuckers. All right. I'll send you that link, Chaotic. All right. Chaotic filled the last spot. There we go. Assuming I can figure out who this AP Winky fuck is. And if you guys haven't seen Entourage, it's fucking epic. It's fucking epic. You guys must go see it. It's a TV show on HBO. Hell yeah, Yaku said, love that Bud shirt, Hush. You already know, man. Keeping it old school with the Cheech and Chong. Uh-oh, and Crispy said, what league? So we were talking about the Entourage slow draft division. That's the one we were talking about. And Zach said, I for sure thought I would grab him this morning with his 6. So what was it? Who was it that Crispy picked? Uh-oh, we got a trade pending. And the number 6. Let's see what it is. What? No, Chaotic. Jordy Nelson is on the Jets. He is too old. Let's see. We got to trade in a 13 also. All right. We have multiple trades going down. Pushed them through. Oh, Kraft. Okay. Yeah, he's all right. I don't think he's someone who I've been super targeting necessarily. But yeah. Couple tight ends though. I mean, this tight end class was so deep, right? Pause. Yeah, this was just one of those classes you want to grab some tight ends from if you can. And yeah, I said I couldn't find anything on that. I felt it was. That's the people who are like making fun of Aaron Rodgers for the people who are making fun of Aaron Rodgers for like getting everybody over there. You know, I mean, even Antonio called it the New York Packers like yesterday. And yeah, I can't even remember who the other one was. He was like, yeah, man, we got this offensive line or defensive lineman, whatever it was. I don't even know his fucking name, but he was from the Packers. Uh-oh. Zach said, yeah, I'm glad you didn't grab Eric Gray. Okay. Okay, like I said, you were in the room last night when Spence was hyping him up. Okay. And Chaotic says shit goes right over my head. Well, at least you got us that you can ask questions to. But yeah, I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers is bringing over all his friends, man. That's what it is. And Crispy says Gray is a bust. So is Gray the guy who Spence was talking about, or he was talking about the other guy who Crispy picked? Okay, yeah, he's like, he's gonna grab him now that Spence is hyping up the kid. And yeah, there's these drafts have been very, very interesting, to say the least. If there's any of the drafts that you want me to kind of look at and go over right now, just let me know. Bogey said he's almost back to the house. He said he had to drop the kids off at school, so that's where he was at. Oh, Zach said I needed a Barkley handcuff. There we go. There we go. Yeah, because what's gonna happen with Saquon Barkley? Are they like, man, do they only keep him for the 1 year? Like, a lot is gonna be based on his health. He gets hurt. Same with like Tony Pollard, like any of these guys, Josh Jacobs, any of the guys who are on franchise tags. Like, you get hurt, like you just can't hit the open market the same way. All right. And Chaotic said, let's look at number 5. There we go. Bogey in the house. May the 4th be with you. Just got back to the crib. I'm about to jump on. There we go. All right. Let's see. Pull up number 5 for Chaotic. What's going on with Sleeper on my computer? It's like freezing or something. What the hell is going on here? All right. All right, let's see what Chaotic is talking about over here in the 5. Ooh, someone just picked in the 5. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. I guess we'll do it like that. All right. And where's Chaotic at in here? Where is she? There we go. Damn, so you had 3 first rounders. Three first rounders. So Bryce Young, got Addison there at the 1-7. I like it. And then got Levis in the first round. So I haven't seen Levis go in the first round that much, but you really needed a QB, right? And then no second rounder, but then you got Downs at the 3-1, solid. Nolan Smith, Izzy, and then Kuntz right there at the end. And yep, this was the orphan team that Chaotic picked up here. Yeah, let me see. Let's look at everybody here. So yeah, we had Bijan. We had the 3 QBs go back to back. Crispy took JSN. All 4 wide receivers off the board hella quick. Gibbs off the board. I took Charbonnet with mine. I don't think I've had, I think I've just had my picks like over here. This is one of those leagues I really needed wide receivers, so I went with Rice, Reed, and Dell. And then Martin from Washington. But yeah, there's been a little bit all over the place. I mean, we had a lot of the IDP guys go in the 2nd and 3rd round that we're all targeting. A lot of the DBs that we're targeting that went in the 4th round there. Yeah, this is good stuff here. Really good stuff. We got 2 more rounds here, and it's on big tons. It is on big tons right now. Yeah, this one shaped out good. What did you think about this one, Chaotic? For your rebuild, what's that? 7 picks so far, and you got 2 more to go. All right. And the one that I really like is the number 4. I'm going to show that real quick so you guys can see all the picks that I made in a crazy rebuild. And Crispy said number 5, also an orphan team for me. There we go. You the man, Crispy. Dang it, Chaotic said I missed all that. I had to leave and come back. Oh well. Let me go back. I got you. So, and I asked how you think you did with the rebuild, because so you have 7 picks so far through the first 5 rounds, and getting Levis and Young. I mean, maybe you grabbed Levis a little bit too early, but still not too shabby. And then you got, who I think is the 2nd best wide receiver in the class, Nolan Smith. I mean, he's solid. Downs. I mean, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, he is the guy who Richardson is looking for. And then Izzy and Coots as the 4th and 5th. What do you think? I mean, pretty solid. I don't know exactly what your team needs were over here. I mean, other than QB, I mean, you prioritize the QBs early. And Caddick said, I remember when I had seconds left. And says, okay, I just stalled. Did you see? I felt a lot of picks were pressured at work. Okay. What up, Hollywood Cole? What up, bro? Chaotic said C. Not too shabby. Okay, Levis was the fast pick at work. Okay. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I don't know who you would have picked like over that. And you wouldn't have even been able to get Levis. You didn't have a 2nd rounder. So I guess if QB was one of those areas that you're really prioritizing, I'm not mad at getting Levis there. All right, let me show you guys this crazy one here where I was in a full. Oh, dang it. Where Crispy said check his in 5. Where are you at, Crispy? Yeah, I shouted you out taking JSN at the 5. That's nice. Will Anderson. Okay, so I mean, I wouldn't have done that that early. I guess I would have taken like a Jack Campbell. I guess what sucks for Anderson and Wilson right now is that they only have linebacker eligibility. Like those are guys who like we really hope get the dual designation for linebacker and DL, because if they don't have the DL eligibility, I mean, I don't have them that high. I'm not saying I wouldn't draft them, but not like top 3 or anything, top 2. Love Jordan Battle. And then you got Kraft right there. Nice. Caddick said, I'm willing it into existence. I like it. But yeah, this is a good one, Crispy. Did you need IDP more than you needed offense? I mean, you prioritized IDP, so I'm not mad at it. But these ones, like, if I'm giving grades like on these, because I mean a lot of these, players we like, but it's how did it fit into the scheme of your team? Did you fill some of these team needs that you really needed to? All right. And Chaotic said, rookies are funny. I realize there's even more emotion in those for those of us who watch college and gets personal. And it gets more personal. That can get you. Yeah, seeing like that. Another reason why I don't really like watching college football, because I don't want to man, I mean, I told you guys why I don't. It's like if I will get the emotional attachment, that's what it comes down to. And yeah, man, it's way different when you're going up against fucking teams who have maybe like 3 or 4 guys that are going to make it to the next level. I mean, not everyone's fucking Alabama, Clemson, Georgia. Like, not every team is like that. So unless these guys are playing like multiple games versus teams like that, and they really don't have too many shitty teams on their schedule, like, I don't know. It's just super hard to judge off of college. It's all about landing spot. For me, landing spot and draft capital, because all these guys are good. Like, I mean, every single player that got drafted in this draft is fucking good. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's levels to it. And Chaotic said, trying not, I've waited, got him too. All right. Hey, and there we go. We got Bogard Scott free in the building.
Can you dig it, sucker, sucker? Can you dig that, motherfucker?
What up, Andrew? So he said, what's the thought process behind taking Young and Stroud before Richardson? So I didn't have any of those picks, but the thought process for me would be those guys are just better passers. So, I mean, maybe Stroud and Richardson, maybe those guys could be flip-flopped. But yeah, I just think that Young is the better, like, dynasty prospect. Maybe not the best prospect for year 2023. Maybe that might be Richardson if he just starts getting off on the ground. Pause. But yeah, Bryce Young, I mean, he just seems like that guy who's going to be around for years and years. Richardson, I got to see him take the next I got to see him make a jump as a passer. Like that. That's going to make a difference for him.
Yeah, I mean, at least he's with the guy who was part of the team that developed Jalen Hurts. That's probably why. I mean, and I get it. Like, the highest upside probably lies with Anthony Richardson, and like the floor plays probably Bryce Young, because outside of his size, he's the prototypical passer, and you know what I mean. Like,
you just said it right there with Richardson, highest ceiling, but probably the lowest floor out of all three. Also,
yeah. So. And like, that's the thing about high ceilings, is they have to be realized. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we could project them all we want. For fantasy, like, how about this? For reality, he could win games and not do much on his arm.
Because their defense is solid when they're healthy.
Yeah. I mean, you got guys over there, from Zaire Franklin to Shaquille Leonard coming back, and they got DeForest Buckner still there. You know what I mean? I mean, now I think about it on paper, it's like, I hope their defense can get back together, because they fell off bad last year, and then obviously it was a lot to injury. But you lose guys like Bobby Okereke, and they don't really have any real pass rush to claim. You know what I mean?
Kwity Paye just hasn't been that. He can't do it all himself. Like, they need someone else like on the other side of him.
And they brought in Samson Ebukine from the Niners. He's coming off of like 8 sacks, something like that. So, then that's just kind of how they address their pass rush situation. But they've also never had the luxury of being able to draft that position, because they've always been locked into looking at a QB, or they don't have a first or second because of their QB actions. You know what I mean?
For sure. For sure. And Zach said, "How does the taxi squad work?" It's pretty much like your practice squad for rookies. So they're like reserves on your squad. You can only put rookies in there.
Yeah, my easiest way to explain it to somebody is, you can hold 50 players. So if you have 7, taxi spots and you have 7 rookies, you throw them in there. Now on your active roster, you have 43 players. So then you can go and grab 7 more players. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, the taxi's dope. You know what I mean? And you can remove them in and out your taxi until the year starts. And I mean, once the year starts, it acts like a glass that you break whenever, you know what I'm saying, they're ready to rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what Bogey said, like literally when we get done with these rookie drafts, every single rookie that you draft, or at least the 7 that we could draft, you should just throw them into the taxi squad, and then then you can make waiver wire moves for anybody else who you're trying to pick up, and even if you get even if you pick up a rookie, you can pick up the rookie and then still put him in the practice squad. You have all the way up until the season starts, and then once the season starts, you take someone out, you can never put them back. Hey, office in the house. What up, Depot? Let's smoke it up. And Andrew said Fields was just as unimpressive as a passer, but look what he did as a fantasy player. He didn't set the world on fire, and he's going into his 3rd year now. And first year, second year, handful of games where he was like really, really, really good, but then a bunch of games where he was not really good as well. And they made a couple moves to add pieces like around him, Fields, that is, but I'm not sold on Fields still. I mean, I drafted him in a couple best ball leagues, but I don't think I have Fields in one dynasty draft because I'm still hella nervous about him. So here's what Andrew said. He said Fields was unimpressive as a passer last year, but look what he did as a fantasy player. And he said, what's the ceiling play for a non-running QB on the Panthers and the Texans? I mean, when we were talking a little bit last night, I said I'm nervous about all 3 of these QBs for like 2023. Like very nervous. I would not want any one of these 3 to be my number 2 QB in a super flex. I'd want them to be on my bench to start the season and be a little bit more of a luxury than a necessity, because I don't like the outlook of any of them in 2023.
If I like to look at like worst case scenarios. Worst case scenario, Bryce Young gets literally cut in half by a defender, right? Then you have, CJ Stroud.
At least he's got the best line. I would still say he has the best line out of all 3, though.
I'd say Houston does right now on paper.
Oh, damn. You think Houston does? Okay.
Yeah, on paper, because, they had, they had a statuesque QB last couple years, not mobile at all. So, you'll take a sack, that'll throw it off. But they're phenomenal in the run game or run blocking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, the reason I say this too is because maybe Carolina has the better line for pass pro, actually. You know what I mean? But they're all shitty. You know what I mean? And even Indy 2 years ago had a top 5 line. Yeah. Last 2 years, not at all. You know what I mean? So that thing can switch overnight. And then for someone like a Bryce Young, that's probably a guy we'll be able to buy low on in the offseason if he doesn't. Actually, let me rephrase that. He's going to flash here and there. The hype's going to be over. Hype will be overblown for any of these QBs if they flash just a little bit this year going into next year. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit, the hype is overblown when they're still in college, when we're not even drafting these motherfuckers yet. So I feel like, unless it's like you said, Bogey, they're just out there in August on like real shitty passes to where that's the narrative. Like they just can't pass and can't hit anyone. Outside of that, it's like their value's only going to go up because people are so hyped off the young dudes.
Yeah. And I mean, like I said, worst case scenario for like a CJ Stroud could be like, Ohio QBs don't pan out in the league. And then, and then there's Anthony Richardson, who could be just pure athleticism. And we all seen Trey Lance before, where even then when they got a good look at Lance, they're like, oh, his athleticism isn't that impressive. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and then hopefully
it's different. Hold on real quick, because that's what's different. Is like when you're in college and you're like the most athletic guy on the field, like it really shows. But like in the NFL, is he going to be the most athletic guy? Like on the field, there may be linebackers that can run just as fast as him, you know, who are like hella, you know, just like hella big, maybe not as tall as him, you know, just laying
what,
the
like
wood.
6'5"?
Yeah, 6'4", 6'5",
runs a 4.3. He's like, you know,
4.39, right? So I mean, almost a 4.4.
Yeah, but you know, it's funny because on the resume they don't say, well, you know, like you know, they say sub 4, and I almost sub 4. Right? Like,
yeah, I got to play devil's advocate on the 4.39.
Yeah,
that's pretty much a 4.4. Like that is hella close, way closer to a 4.4 than it is to a 4.3, 4.30 anyways.
Yeah, what's that? 11 seconds or 11?
No, 0.01.
0.01.
That's fucking hella quick. 0.01 of a second. Like, yeah, that's fucking nothing.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah. And there we go. Chaotic said you got the day off. I like it for the May the 4th be with you, huh?
Nice.
Office said Dynasty Superflex 6 IDP starters. Ritter. Starting Ritter, would you accept JMO? So I'm assuming that's Jamison Williams, right? And a 2024 fourth rounder for pesos. I did because JMO's sitting on my bench till better than Diggs. Well, I mean, unless the QB scoring is like hella shitty, like, yeah, I mean, the 2024 fourth rounder, I mean, that's a, you know, later, not even one of the top IDP guys. You know, if your league is anywhere close to ours, the second and the third round are usually where the premier IDP guys are going. But you could still get sneaky guys in the fourth for IDP. But I mean, yeah, I would much rather have Danny Pesos than Ritter. I really don't think Ritter is going to be the guy. Like shit, they still could go out and get some kind of like, go out and get a fucking well, not Matt Ryan.
I mean, I think he's safe for this year. Like, I think we just got to worry about an injury keeping him off the field, and then Taylor Heineke, because they got their guy Taylor Heineke. If like this guy is starting to falter, right?
And how high do we think he can actually produce? Like as a fantasy QB, like I don't think he's sniffing top 12.
He got weaponry. That's the thing. But then it's also like the ideology of that squad on offense is run the ball.
Fuck yeah.
Now you have Bijan. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
You know what I mean? How much does Bijan like? Do they articulate the ball down the field only for Bijan to punch it in all time? I don't know, but you know what I mean? It is the
maybe
same
it does open. I mean, in theory, it should open more passing lanes, like for.
And what's that guy's name? Arthur Smith, the head coach of the Falcons. I mean, I say this all the time, but for everyone who doesn't know, it's like, yeah, he was the guy. He was the offensive coordinator for Derrick Henry for years. So when they draft someone like Robinson, you know what they have in mind. You know what I mean? It's not like. Yeah, so that's what I really worry about Ritter. But on paper, for fantasy, he's gonna run around a little bit. He has Kyle Pitts and fucking Drake London. That's probably low key one of the sleeper duos for fantasy. You know what I mean? For your quarterback to throw at, right? Yeah. I mean, I think Desmond Ritter is kind of like in like a Kenny Pickett situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Where
we're not really going crazy over it for fantasy purposes, and these guys are going to be more of game managers than anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is the year where he can make his stock rise, or it could just fall to the trash. Like,
yeah, because now they're gonna be like, look, if he doesn't pan out this year, they'll be like, well, we got all these fucking weapons, bro. We got to get somebody. You know what I mean? It's like,
and you know who's a perfect example, or maybe a perfect comp early? Davis Mills. Like, man, we were hella hyped on Davis Mills after year one because he very much overexceeded expectations of what anybody thought for him. But then year two, he is who he thought he was.
Well, year three, you mean?
Yeah, year three.
Yeah, because year two, he was still showing the flashes, but it's also like it sucks when you're clearly a team who's like, okay, we got to do everything to act cohesive as a team and do everything and have success at everything we attempt to do, all at the same time, not pull off the W because Davis Mills, you're not the guy. You know what I mean?
And you know what? I was right. Yeah, 2021 is when he was drafted.
Okay. Yeah,
so this is his
you're right, because he's going into year three.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I did say he's going into year 3. I just misunderstood what you said. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And oh man, Crispy says never been to Florida and chaotic boot him. I've been to Florida once and I almost died in Florida. I was there for like a week in the hospital. It was ridiculous.
I've been to Florida a couple times, but yeah, when I was in Orlando, we're on this. It's like right where that Full Sail College is. It's like an expressway, and like I must have seen like 8 accidents in that motherfucker. I'm like, damn, senior citizens really retire out this motherfucker just so they could crash into shit. You know what I mean?
Wild.
It was always like we used to see a motherfucking car on the side, and like then you just look as an old person, like, damn, man.
Yeah. Speaking of Orlando, like I heard that Disney's about to close in Orlando, and they're about to move everything to New Orleans.
No fucking way. Why New Orleans?
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. I mean, it's got to be about
that's
got to be about the land that they.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that's just like that's just like a city. Legit, it's like a legit.
Well, I don't think it's. I mean, it's not gonna be like in New Orleans, like in like fucking what the hell's the square or whatever, like the downtown area. Like it's definitely gonna be on the outskirts of something because it's supposed to be just as big.
I feel like geographically being in Florida is great for international, just like how LA, Disneyland, because you know what I'm saying, people are already flock there. New Orleans is one of those places also, so just based on that, you know what I mean? But it's like, you know what I want them to do is make just a whole Star Wars themed theme park, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Open another one, and it's just all Star Wars.
And Office said too much invested, and West Coast has LA Disney, East Coast needs a Disney. Yeah. Yeah, Chaotic said LOL, people can't drive here.
I'm saying
but, it's crazy though. Like it's not in it's something because of their lease over there, like in Florida, something with that. I heard there's a lot of weird shit though.
I mean, they're coming up on 100 years, right?
Yeah, so and actually it was like the trademark for Disney, the trademark for Mickey Mouse is about to expire as well. So I heard they're not even about to renew Mickey Mouse's license as like the face of Disney. They're like going to change it around to something else.
Here's the thing, like we're seeing that a lot lately, and whenever like certain intellectual, what up, Bakes? So like intellectual property, like for example, Marvel. You know what I mean? When they needed money in the 80s, they started selling off intellectual property, you know, / rights to certain characters. That way, but they were all under it all had a timeline, or what is it called? It all had an expiration date, though. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and Chaotic, just Google it because I mean I've seen this in multiple like places on social media, and yeah, it's like this whole like 2-year I think plan of like moving. And they said that Disney World's going to stay open, but like as they move sections of the park over there, they're going to have both parks like open and like certain sections like open or something like that. But yeah, it's wild. I know that there's hella like I don't even know how many acres, but it's bigger than any of these casinos like in Vegas, and these casinos take up hella land.
I mean, casinos are nowhere near big as a fucking theme park though. Like, you know what I mean? Like Disneyland is pretty big, but like when you go there a lot and you get it mapped down, it's not that big, right? Disney World though, it's like supposed to be like 6-7 times bigger than the LA Disneyland, you know what I mean? So, and I've never been to Disney World, so I couldn't call it, you know what I mean?
I mean, Caesar's Palace is 85 acres. Like I know that like an office Chaotic said Disneyland has over 25,000 acres. So yeah, that's like a little bit different. But let's see how big Disney regular Disneyland is. Yeah, see, regular Disneyland, well, not regular, the LA Disneyland, 100 acres.
Was the LA, okay, so Florida was the first joint though, right?
No, LA was.
Okay, I had that right. Okay, in my head.
Florida's the one that they turned into like 50 theme parks or like whatever, you know, whatever the fuck it is. Like, I mean, they have so much land.
And like, Walt Disney was a trip, huh?
Yeah, Chaotic though. Have you heard all the crazy shit though? Like I never want to go to Disney World because of the crazy shit that I've heard. Like and I don't know if it's it's not even really conspiracy theory. It's really just someone who used to work at the park saw some crazy ass shit happen in there, and then they've been talking about it on like TikTok and stuff.
I mean, you know what's crazy is like you be in Disney World, bruh, and just like literally just get snatched up by a crocodile, bruh. Like, you know what I mean? It's shit crazy in Orlando or in Florida in general. You know, the motherfucking gators. Not crocodiles, excuse me, gators.
And I don't know if it's true, but I heard that there's like, I don't know, some type of species or something that's like living down there. It's almost like there's like genetically modified like things, and it's like the actual characters are like living down there somewhat, apparently.
Bro, listen.
Like mutated versions of Donald Duck.
Hey, look, they're probably gonna come for me after I say this, but Mickey Mouse and all them, they're real, bro.
Yeah.
Real people, bro. Mouse people, you know what I'm saying? Donald Duck, actual duck person.
Go search it though. Like if you want, like just go search like on TikTok or something. Go search like crazy Disneyland or Disney World stories, and like I don't know, man. This shit's wild. I think that's the reason why they're really getting out of Orlando. There's like too much sketchy shit going on down there.
Telling you, bro. Oh, okay. Here's another thing. When the intellectual properties, when a certain copyright shit goes up, right? Like Winnie the Pooh, you know, or the Grinch, right? You know, Bambi, right? Is one of them. All these characters are famous characters by just, you know, on surface level, they're recognizable. They made horror movies out of these motherfuckers because now the intellectual properties are available. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could do things like, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be a trip if there's no more Mickey Mouse. I don't know, like the iconic, you know, silhouette, or not silhouette, but just the outline of the ears and thing. I mean, will they still keep that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Very curious. Chaotic said, I worked there in the tunnels. What the hell? Oh man. But no crazy stories, huh? Because like one of these stories, like, man, this shit freaked me out. Like, they said that there was some family who like they like couldn't be found or whatever. Let's just put it that way. Like they were there for like a certain amount of time, but like their hotel room, like they never went back to their hotel room after they like, went into the park. And then the little wristbands or whatever they have, like they keep the pictures or whatever when you go on a ride. And like they were looking at all the pictures, and they found that the family went on It's a Small World, and they went on It's a Small World, and they never fucking got off. And like they showed, like they were looking at the pictures, and like they said there was like 500 or 600 pictures like of the family, and like the first one was normal, and then like they start like getting like freaked out as like more pictures go on. And then they said that they saw like the animatronic dolls like inside the boat, like on a couple of the pictures, and then like a couple random pictures the fucking dad was gone but everybody else was there. And like I don't know, man, this shit's wild. I don't want to go on It's a Small World again.
I mean, first of all, they brainwash you with that goddamn song. It's a small world after all. It's a small motherfucking world.
And so just imagine if you went on that shit for like 500
forever.
Times
Forever. Hey, you know when you go down the motherfucking little river thing and you're looking at all the different countries and It's a Small World shit, right? Those are actual people. Their souls were trapped in these little small people things. You know what I mean?
Animatronic dolls.
Bro, animatronic is what they want us to think, bro.
Yeah, so I don't know. I've seen some freaky shit or heard some freaky shit on TikTok, and it's people like who say they used to work there. But like, there's multiple people like saying this story. So who knows if it's someone hearing the story and then regurgitating the story? That always could be the thing. But I don't know, man. This shit just seems a little bit too freaky for me. Nothing like that's ever happened at Disneyland, or at least anywhere that I've been a part of. And we've gone a bunch to Disneyland. Fucking wild. Fucking wild.
You go to Disneyland though, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. go to Disneyland, the Mexican gangsters can kidnap you right up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You gotta be real careful, bro. You know what I'm saying? No, but look, maybe that New Orleans thing happens. It's probably gonna happen within the next 20 years, though. You know what I mean? I think like
it's happening right now.
What? Somebody get Mickey on the phone right fucking. Hello? Yeah, Mickey, this Bogard. Ooh. That motherfucker knows, bro.
Yeah, and so I mean, it's all over. It's I mean, it's all over the internet. Go Google this shit.
You know,
anybody who doesn't think that
I think they opened up too in Florida, maybe because geographically it's accessible to to be easier for like Europeans and shit and whatnot. And like,
no, Devo.
What up, Devo? But I mean, damn, 100 years. That's crazy, right? Like, boom, and anyway.
Well, I don't think it hasn't been. It hasn't. Not 100 years of like Disney World or Disneyland. It's 100 years is the Disney. Like Disney was like Disney itself, the company.
You ever seen Fantasia?
Yeah.
It's crazy because Fantasia is like some straight up like Illuminati occultic shit. You know what I mean? They got like all them. They're all dressed in the druid fucking robes. You know, he has the robes with the fucking wizard hat, right? You know what I'm saying? And there's like a Satan figure in there. You know what I mean? Like dancing, like why he's the one attacking the Satan. It's a trip because there's some dark undertones here that aren't really undertones. They're just out in the open. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a million conspiracies on fucking Walt Disney and the whole goddamn family, and they're one of the 12 or however many families they say that run the world. Like Disney's one of them, and like you ever met somebody? Yeah, you ever go to class and you have a substitute and the guy comes in, "Hi, I'm your substitute, Mr. Disney." No, you never run into anybody named Disney. You know what I mean? It's almost like they remove them from population. You know what I mean? They're living in the castle in the sky, a literal princess castle.
And Caddick said, I could see them building a resort in New Orleans and seeing maybe I was wrong about the New Orleans part. So how about it's going to be in Louisiana, somewhere, because who knows if it's going to be in the, if it's going to be within the city to New Orleans. I don't know geographically how big it is. So.
We got to call Spencer right now. Tell him to stick his head out the window and find that building. Hey, everybody. Have they been to Disneyland out here? No? Okay. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, and it's Disney, they I mean it's crazy though, because like when they're doing things like I mean shit, what'd they buy? They bought fucking Star Wars. They bought like Fox, like Hulu and like all this shit. Like lots of billions were spent.
Hey, listen,
this is like their way of
bosses, bro. This is how bossy they are. They're like, buy Fox. Why, Walt? Because I want that goddamn X-Men. You know what I mean? Because like Fox bought the rights to X-Men years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know who's smart is Sony. Sony, they bought the rights to Spider-Man, and when it came up for renewal, they grabbed it up again like in the 90s.
Yeah.
And now they won't budge off of it. So they sell like a portion of the like it's kind of like an artist when they sample other.
Yeah, you can license it, right?
Yeah. And so and then part of their deal was like I remember when they had the new Spider-Man come out.
There's more Spider-Man movies than any other comic like character movies, right?
Batman,
like Spider-Man himself,
and Batman, but for Marvel, just Spider-Man. Like,
well, shit. Even I feel like Spider-Man's like out eclipsed the Batman's, right?
Well, so for Spider-Man movies, they have.
Because for Batman, it's 7. The first 4 and then the second 3. Oh no, there was more than that, right?
There was the Chris Nolan,
the Dark Knight, and the other 2.
Hold on, let me get my little man real quick.
Okay. Yeah, the Dark Knight and the other 2. How many total Batmans? Yeah, so maybe like 8 or 9. But I feel like there's more Spider-Man movies than that. I mean, because you mix in, just any type of Spider-Man. Caddick said, I want to stay in the Cinderella Castle. I bet all of those ones are just all of those themed rooms are just like insane. And I got I got pissed. The lady kicked me out and wouldn't let me try a dress on in what is that? The Babidi, the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boop bouquet. Damn it. Were you going wild? Were you going wild down there? Got all the LGBTQ peoples I know. I know a lot in my industry still basically live there. Where? Like at in like basically living at like Disney World, like they're going there all the time, or what do you mean? They're living like right around that area. And Crispy said, I never watched the Sheeple news. I don't watch the news either. That was on that was going down the rabbit hole on TikTok. Office said Disney had some weird phases decades ago. They used to push Christianity in films for sure. Yeah, Disney's they're a little weird now. And the only things that Noble will watch is on Disney is Spidey and His Amazing Friends cartoon and Muppet Babies. Like that's like what he has to watch on fucking Disney. 1 second, guys. I got a call. I got to take this.
Hey, the Muppet Babies goes crazy. That's another one of those crazy motherfuckers, bro. What was his name? Damn, what was the dude that made the Muppet Babies, bro? But he was like, you know what I'm saying? He went to war with Disney, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Of like, who, you know what I mean? Because they wanted to absorb him a long time ago too. The Muppets. Who else was in that motherfucker? I think they even, speaking of intellectual properties, I think Pinocchio came up too. And they're coming out with another Pinocchio movie. And it's fucking Pauly Shore. You know what I'm saying? Of all people, he's doing the voice for Pinocchio. And then like, I think it's like a semi-comedy, obviously. But yeah, he references the fact that like, he's like gender neutral, like his voice. Because, you know, for people that don't know Pauly Shore, he's a heterosexual man, but he is like mad feminine-ish in the way he talks. You know what I mean? Like, hey guys, like, you know what I mean? He's kind of one of those dudes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's gonna be crazy because Disney moving forward is pretty much just gonna be the engine behind Marvel and Star Wars. Because look at their other IP, the IPOs that Disney has, like Tron. Tron was fucking phenomenal, and you know it had a cult following from their original movie. Then they fucking finally come out with a sequel, and it's in 2010 or whatever it was. And this shit was fucking amazing, fucking visually stunning, you know, all this shit. But then, you know, and it had success, mad success, made a ton of money. And they were gonna, you know, they're like, okay, now we're opening up the Trump. But then they buy Marvel and Star Wars, and it's like, you know, even, you know, the likes of regular Disney animation started taking a back seat, and pretty much Disney just became the engine behind like Pixar. You know what I'm saying? And fucking, you know what I'm saying? Just it's crazy how much this shit has changed, and it's within the last 13 years. You know what I mean? We're going to we're 2023 right now. Last 13 years of Disney is really, yeah, that shit is different. First time I ever took my oldest daughter to Disneyland, she was 4 years old. So it was 2011. And it was me and all the homies. We took all the kids and we're in there. We're drinking dummy ass Patron and shit. But they had just bought Marvel, and they still had the California Adventureland. You know, now that's like, you know, just straight up like a Marvel land. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because California Adventureland used to be hella big. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to get a multi-day pass or like a hopper pass, because like before California Land too, that was the only place that had like liquor. Like they had like actual bars, and they you know what I mean? You couldn't go and get like shots somewhere in Disneyland. You know what I mean? Maybe get one of the little like fruity mixed drinks, but yeah. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like even just remembering going to Disneyland as a wee tyke. You know what I mean? Hella different from how it is. You know what I mean? we always had aspirations of taking all. Now I got 4 kids. And I was like, man, one day we'll take them to Disney World. You know what I mean? Spend like a week there or some shit. You know what I mean? Stay at the hotel. You know what I mean? I even looked into this shit back in 2019 when I only had 2. I had 3 kids at the time. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? The little man, he wasn't even 1 yet. But we were looking into it. It was probably gonna be like 10, 12 bands for a family to go for like a 5-day trip. You know what I mean? That's not even money when you're in that motherfucker. You know what I mean? This is just like with the travels and the hotels and you know what I mean? Like,
and see, that's why we went to Disneyland. Well, I mean, it's not like really out of choice, but that's why I was down to go to Disneyland. When you live there and you could just drive, and if you pick the days, there was $100 ticket days. So I mean, there'd be days, we'd be going. It literally only cost us $200 before Noble was like $4.
Yeah.
And we went like twice or 3 times. I mean, $200 to get in, but
are you free until you're 3? Is that
until you're 3? Yeah. So we went like around his 3rd birthday, so he still got in free then.
Yeah, because when I first met you in the physical realm, right? Because for those that don't know, my son has the same birthday as Huss. So in 2021, man, between me and Huss, we won over 24 titles, or no, we won over a dozen.
Yeah.
Combined, right?
Yep.
I think you won like 8 or something like that. 21. I won 6. Or I won 5. Yeah, so we had over a dozen combined. And I'm like, hey, bro, I'm about to take my son to Disneyland for the first time. I was like, let's roll, right? Like, yeah, I'm there. You know what I mean? Because it's not, when for everyone that feels me on this, when you have kids, your trips become Disneyland.
Well, see, and it was the 2021 season, but it was 2022 already. Like it was January 2022, and I'm glad we went because we literally left. We moved like less than 3 months later. So
that is true, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we
and it wasn't planned in January. In January when we went, it was not planned that we were moving.
No, it was like we win the championships. Like, hey, let's go. You know what I mean? I mean, what do you do when you win the Super Bowl, right? What do you ask that mother? What are you gonna do now that you won the Super Bowl? I'm going to Disney World. You know what I mean? But
Patrick Mahomes can't be the only one going to Disneyland.
Yeah. Mahomes probably hates winning now because he's like, fuck, now I gotta take Jackson with me. He always like he'll be hella sad he lost, but happy. Like, I lost Super Bowl, but at least I don't have to lug that piece of shit brother of mine.
Man, that motherfucker. Like I don't know any of the story of the shit that he's dealing with right now, but yeah, he done caught himself a case.
I mean, he got himself one of those. I've started to figure out that like certain things you're not supposed to say on YouTube, like it rhymes with schmexual harassment. You know what I mean? So they just refer to it as SA. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jackson Mahomes, he got himself mixed up in some SA. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I'm curious to see what the fuck happens to him. And I mean, luckily Patrick Mahomes is his brother, because when you got money, a lot of times you can get away with bullshit you shouldn't be getting away with. And Chaotic said Disney movie would completely collapse the economy. It's not just Disney, it's the entire international drive area. Yep. Tons of other resorts would affect all the businesses that rely on.
I mean, it's just like when a Super Bowl comes to town, right? When a Super Bowl comes to town, that city's going to make like hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Right?
In San Diego, it's Comic-Con. Like, fuck, man. Yep. Like, the whole fucking city shuts down for that shit.
Yeah. And imagine a place like Disney World, that's the Super Bowl 24/7.
Every day, every single day.
Yeah. So for everybody that lives there, like, okay, Filipinos, right? If you meet 10, go to Nevada, right? If you meet 10 Filipinos, right? I bet you anywhere else, it'd be like 10 out of 10 of them are working in healthcare. But when you're in somewhere like Vegas, like it would probably be like
the first person that we met here, no lie, and it was from Vanessa doing shows. Like the first person we met that was like more than
Filipino lady.
Yeah, more than just a high and by, like that we actually like saw multiple times. Yeah, Filipino chick from the Bay somewhere. I don't remember exactly where she's from, and her business is making just like hella dope ashtrays. Like I don't even know what material she uses, but it's a crazy glass material and crazy colors. And she does a lot of NFL teams. So that's why I was looking at her shit. There's a whole bunch of like dope ass like NFL like ashtrays.
I should get a Raider ashtray, so I'm just always just putting shit out on it. Yeah, put it out on your face. Oh, our Cowboys won.
I mean, every single team I know she in her resume she has every single team. But
yeah, okay. So, hold on, circle back my stupid point that probably isn't even worth pointing out. But like, if you're in a place like Vegas, the casinos where 90% of the people work at. You know what I mean? So like somewhere like Disney World, bro, they probably how many employees do you think Disney World has?
Thousands. Like
probably like 100,000.
Shit, I mean,
you think that's overshooting it?
Probably, but let's see how many employees does Disney?
Yeah, all the way from the people from production all the way down to like the janitorial. You know what I mean? Or the sweet.
You're not that off. 77,000 plus it says.
So already there's be 77,000 unemployed people. And when you're talking about somewhere like Florida where it's like that's it's kind of like
like how many people live in Orlando like to begin with? Like I doubt a million. It's not a million city.
Is it? I mean, I would assume like at least 500,000. You know what I mean? So maybe we're talking close.
In 2021, the consensus was 309,000. That's a huge ass chunk. Like 77,000 people.
It's almost
out
a third,
of 309 right? Work at Disney World. That's fucking insane.
And what's funny too is like you could have a place like Chicago where they're killing every day, and then there's unemployment and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But then like if Disney World closes down and help people lose jobs, bro, the president will act on that. You know what I mean? Like
that's wild.
But also on the flip side, wherever they build it, it's the inverse of it. Now it's opportunities for that city. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Depot said Filipino homes always smell like vinegar because food is always cooking.
Yeah, and when it comes to vinegar, garlic, onions, and like bay leaves, that's pretty much the staple in like traditional Filipino dishes. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of like adobo, right? You know what I mean? Like you can go to like Chipotle now and choose adobo style meat, right? Because adobo isn't like adobo is a style, right? It's like vinegar, soy sauce, onions, garlic, bay leaves. You pretty much just marinate and simmer, fill in the blank protein, right? Pork, beef, chicken, whatever the fuck. Like my kids, it's funny because my kids, they don't eat too much Filipino food, bro. They're hella Americanized, but they'll eat chicken adobo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they'll request that shit.
So you saying the same shit to your kids that your dad was saying to you? You're fine with a cheeseburger and a hot dog.
but see, here's the thing: is because it wasn't that I didn't eat Filipino food growing up. I ate the wild shit, bro. Growing up, it's when I found out what a lot of it was, and I was like, I'm not eating that no more. You mean the hot dogs and the
even though hot dogs are all like fucked up shit.
It's probably worse. I mean, look at my dad's like 60. My dad's in his late 60s right now, right? Or he's about to be in his late 60s. He's about to be 68. No, I'm sorry. He's about to be 67. You know what I mean? So yeah, he's late 60s, right? But like he'll always tell me, okay, you will always have to have a vegetable. You know what I mean? You eat a protein and you always have to have a vegetables every dish, right? So like if he'll cook like adobo, he will make some kind of vegetable dish on the side, you know what I mean? And he would eat them simultaneously. So as a kid, you know what I mean? And it's funny because it's like, it's how bad we eat, bro. Like I wanted all like McDonald's, like growing up, love McDonald's, bro. Just fast food in general.
Yeah.
Like give me a burger and some fries. You know what I mean?
Chaotic said, thanks for the morning news, Huss. Gotta move now. Fuck. I hope she said I think I'd have to move and start over. I mean that
is that how all Patriots fans felt back in 2020? They're like, oh, I love the Patriots. You know what? I love Brady. You know what? Buccaneers, go Bucks. You know what I mean? They're like, what am I gonna do without Disney World? Like it's all my whole life. How old is Chaotic? Like late 20s, early or mid 20s, something like that. You know what I mean? Her whole life she's known Disney World. You know what I mean?
Damn it. The Office said, I dated a Filipino lady for 3 years. She'd only been in America for 1 year. Oh, damn. So
I mean, and you know what's funny? I always so they call it a derogatory term. That's you probably shouldn't say it, but they call them fobs, right? Fresh off the boat, you know what I mean? And listen, fobs, bro, they come to America, they want that American dream, bro. You know what I mean? You know, I got hella cousins that are half white or half black or half American, right? Just because, you know, say they came out here and was like, you know, you think about Filipino women, bro, they come out here, they look mad exotic to other motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Even if you've like seen Asians, like you ain't never seen no Islanders like this, you know what I mean? Because like, you know, people traditionally, when you think of Islanders, you're thinking like Samoans and motherfucking Tongans and shit, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you think about like some heavy duty cats, you feel me? But like, yeah, you got like, you know, Filipinos in the Miss America contest and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like we was like, okay, we're gonna look at other than outside of like healthcare, right? Because we even had an effect in pop culture, bro. Like for example, the Reyes, first of all, Ernie Reyes Sr., you know, he trained a lot of the Hollywood, like, you know what I mean? Like he did like stunt shit for like in Hollywood, you know, trained stuntmen, like, you know, he worked with like Bruce Lee and shit. Actually, I don't know if the Bruce Lee one's true, but as legend has it, so, you know, we'll just go with it. And then, you know, his son was movies. His son was like, man, shit. One of your favorite movies as a kid, right? Surf Ninjas, you know what I mean? I'm
hell yeah.
You know what
still
I
mean? So nostalgic. It's still one of my favorite movies as an adult.
And then even Rob Schneider's in there. People don't know he's half Filipino, and he always has his mom in his movies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
His mom always plays the character in his movies, bro. His mom's hella funny, hella Filipino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you got you had the broad from Wayne's World, right? Tia Carrera, right? She's mad Filipino. You know what I mean? One of the three from Black Eyed Peas, one of the three original ones, even. You know what I mean? He was a Filipino cat. You know what I mean? Like
and Ernie Reyes Jr. He's been showcasing the 420 a little bit more. Like on 420, he was smoking a joint with someone, like on Instagram. And
hell yeah, I mean, shit, he's from the South Bay, bro. There's no doubt about it that he smokes tree. Oh, how about this?
It was dope that in Surf Ninjas he had the Sharks hat, because I mean at the time I didn't
never noticed that till you pointed it out to me. I was like, oh shit. Because listen, you got the Ernie Reyes dojos out here, bro, or out in the Bay. You know what I mean? And the main one was in Milpitas. You know, that's where Vita Vea is from. You know, I've referenced that shit. Milpitas is a very small little city, but it's the same area code. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Chicago, Arlington, and then, you know what I mean? You know, like, so you have San Jose and you have Milpitas, like this, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, but yeah, so he was rocking that Sharks hat, bro. What was it? The dad was, right? The
no, it was
the son. Yeah, he had it backwards.
Yeah.
Bruh. See, how about this? If the Philippines was lucrative in Hollywood, we would have been on like tougher. Cause it's like, when you talk about sales, at least, right? Cause look at China, bruh. China is one of the biggest proponents. Am I saying that word right? For sales in Hollywood, right? Like, to the point where it's like, okay, we're coming out with a Star Wars movie, bro. We need an Asian character. You know what I mean? So they go and they just write an Asian character, or a character that's gonna be played by an Asian actor. I mean, you know what I mean? So because now, and this was like Star Wars Rogue One, right? So when Rogue One comes out, it's fucking breaking records in China. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we saw this about maybe 15 years ago with Black Hollywood. You know, it became beneficial to Hollywood's bottom line.
Who was the black actor who ended up? Well, I guess he was. He's like a European actor who just happens to be black. But which Star Wars movie was that? It was like 2015, right?
Yeah, it was the Solo movie.
No.
Which one? A black actor. I mean,
The Force Awakens. No. Yeah, The Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah. He was a B character.
John Boyega.
There you go. Yeah, he played Flynn Rider. He was a fucking he was a stormtrooper. Life after the clones, right? Because during the reign of the Empire, they made an army of clones, and they cloned the archetype for the clones was Jango Fett, right? He was a fucking crazy ass bounty hunter, and he had like hella Jedi bodies under his belt. So like they cloned their army after this guy. But then when the Empire fell, you know what I'm saying? Now it was like being a stormtrooper is like joining the army. You know what I mean? So here's this black kid. He joins, but he realizes he's force sensitive. You know what I mean? He's not, he's not with the whole compliance of the fucking. But it's metaphorical though, because here you have these stormtroopers that essentially like mindless zombies, like that just follow orders. They're typically like
they're stupid. They're not smart.
Yeah, but then it's also their slaves, and here you have the black one who's revolting. Like he becomes self-aware. You know what I mean? Like, yo, fuck this, fuck the Empire. You know what I mean? Revolution. You know what I mean? Like.
I can't remember the name of the documentary, but there's a documentary on Netflix, and it was pretty much about black actors, black Hollywood, like pretty much, and how finally making a way more of an impact, than there was like any time previous. John Boyega brings it up. He was like, "How is the most famous Star Wars character ever? He's black, but it's like." We don't get the credit for being like a part of Star Wars.
I mean,
because Darth Vader, man. I mean, James Earl Jones, like that is one of the most iconic Star Wars characters ever.
But see, here's where I argue that, and John Boyega, youngster, take a seat, because one of the faces of Star Wars is Sam L. Jackson, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's you know what's dope? He's the face of he's one of the faces of Star Wars. He's one of the faces of Marvel. You know what I mean?
That still was the new millennium, though. Like, I mean, Star Wars came out. When did the first Star Wars come out?
Well, the first one came out 78.
The New Hope, the fourth.
78.
Yeah. See, I mean, there's still a long time between that 78 and 99.
Yep. You know what's kind of dope too is that I have a direct connection to my childhood because my mom in Silicon Valley, for those that don't know, Silicon Valley is where all like the big tech, the waves initially started.
Hey, Clock is back. He said, "I'm back to the land of the free." What up, bro?
Yeah. Hey, Clock, go right now on your phone and ask it nearest Jollibees. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, brother, Jollibees in America, it's exactly the same, man.
Man, I got to. I still haven't eaten there. I haven't been going to a bunch of places.
You just listen. It's real simple. Just get the spicy chicken, and the white rice, and then it's gonna come with the side of the gravy. Okay. I'd get an extra side of gravy.
Clock is laughing over there.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, welcome back, Clock, man.
Hey,
hey, bro. If you ever see if I was or when I'm eccentric rich. I'm gonna tell Clock, hey, what are you doing, bro? You're gonna retire. I'm just gonna pay you. You're gonna make millions. You're gonna make millions every year. You're just gonna be the guy I call to when I need things. Because if you need anything, bro, Clock will find it, bro. See? Yeah, and it's like the other guy in the underworld, right? We're very familiar with the underworld, right? But imagine like if the world went anarchist, right? And it went like post-apocalyptic, and now you had to go find shit. And I need fuel. I need this and that and the third. Here's a shopping list. Clock will go get it. You know what I mean?
Damn it. And Clock said, shit, Jollibees be different just in different parts of the Philippines.
I mean, you know what, though? I'd say the American one because that's the only one. I've never been to the PI. So, you know what I'm saying? The American Jollibees is definitely that American antibiotic chicken, like KFC and all that other shit. So it's probably better here. Probably not better for you, though. You know what I mean?
What up, stranger? He said, don't forget about Landau, a.k.a. Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, hell yeah, Lando Caribbean. And he was Billy D. Williams was a fly motherfucker back then. You know what I mean? When I first watched the old Star Wars, I was like in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? Because remember I told you my mom's, she worked at Silicon Graphics, and y'all can look this up, right? And the department she worked in, I forget exactly what her title was, but their building was the same building where they did all the video games and all the movies. You know what I mean? Because they used to use their computers for the graphics in the 90s. You know what I mean? So Star Wars was one of the movies that Silicon graphic computers were used for. So I got to watch a special screening, bro. And this shit was big. Long story longer, my man.
Of which one?
For episode 1. And
okay.
like, I used to be like, man, Star Wars is, and you know, mind you, I'm from the 90s. So I used to be like, man, Star Wars is gay, bro. You know what I mean? And my best friend in the world to this day, he was appalled because we're about to go watch the special screening, and I'm taking him with me, and he's just juiced. You know what I'm saying? He's just fucking like, bro, people are camping out, bro. We're about to watch it a week earlier, and he's over the top excited. I'm like, Star Wars is gay, man. You know what I mean? And he's like, I'm about to bring the movies over. And he's like, I'm bringing you up to speed. And like that night, we binge watched all 3. I was hooked. I was like, oh my God. And my first reaction to Lando was like, what? They got pimps in space? You know what I mean? Because Lando comes out, bro. He's fucking fly, bro. He got a cape on. You know what I'm saying? Big ass collar. He had a big ass collar, bro. Only a pimp in space wears a big collar like that.
That's fucking hilarious. It's wild because, like, yeah, I didn't have anyone putting me up on Star Wars. Like, and I think I feel like I saw it before somewhere, but yeah, I didn't until I started working at a DVD store when I was like 18 or 19. And I just started like buying like all types of DVDs, and I'd already seen episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, but then got all of them and then binged them all like after that. But yeah, didn't have anyone putting me on when I was younger.
I just realized this is my last paper. Fuck. I have a pipe, but it's somewhere in this box.
Oh, man. Office Depot said, going out tonight for my friend's birthday dinner. Said, restaurant has the worst name ever, BJ's.
Listen,
yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna be the first to admit it because I know I'm not the only one. I love BJ's. Are we talking about the restaurant?
Yeah.
The restaurant's aight.
Yeah, brew house.
Fellatio, on the other hand, phenomenal.
Yeah, BJ's is whatever. I mean, I think there was a little stint where we went there a few times because Vanessa liked the ribs. The ribs are pretty dope, but
okay, you know what's bomb?
Most of it's just basic.
They got this grilled chicken. I know like grilled chicken's kind of whack, but like grilled chicken, this one's hella like juicy. It's grilled chicken and it has these onion crispy strings, and it's topped with like this balsamic vinaigrette, this balsamic vinaigrette like dressing type of whatever, and then it has like this white cheddar garlic mashed potatoes. It's just like $20, but that's the go-to for me over there. And I fuck with their pizza because I'm I like pan pizza. Pan pizza is like the little bastard child of deep dish. You know what I mean?
Right.
And all BJ's pizza is pan style. So it's, outside of that, you go there for the beer. That's the allure because they got everything on tap. We used to go there, watch games. Their wings, you know what I mean? They got stuffed mushrooms. Those are pretty fire. But going back to fellatio, awesome.
Chaotic said, yeah, they're good, the pizza. And yeah, Depot said that flat pizza. Yeah.
Oh, they got a flat joint now? Oh, word. Yeah, you know what bomb is like, because my kids are fucking, they're hella predictable. When we go to BJ's, because my girl loves BJ's and the kids are all about it. Well, I'm pretty sure my girl's the same like me. Fellatio's key. Anyways, goddamn the Pazookies, bruh.
Oh yeah, the Pazookies are fire.
The kids will just want to go there for the Pazookies.
Yeah.
It's a motherfucking. For those that don't know, it's a fresh baked cookie, and
that's huge. That's huge. Not just the fresh baked cookie.
Like we're talking, they got minis too. But screw the minis. It's like what is it? It's like if you got to go to Disney World or Disneyland, right? Like screw you, right? But then they put a fucking scoop of ice cream on it. Yeah, and that shit comes out. And that shit is fire.
Yeah, those things are in the big ass like little skillet.
Hey, look at my girl. Before we had kids, right? My girl, we go to BJ's all the time. That was one of the like California Pizza Kitchen. Because when I was young. I was the type
that was a fancier place when we were younger. It's funny.
Yeah, but it's also
like just fancy.
It was also whatever the BJ wants, bruh. Oh, that's what you want, baby? All right, let's go. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, but like, we go to BJ's, and I would always tell him it's my birthday because I get a free bazooki and shit. And she would get mad. She's like, "You really gonna let them sing you happy birthday to you again?" Hell yeah. We were here last week.
Free bazooki.
They come out, I sing happy birthday, whatever the fuck shit is. I'm in there gigging and shit. Yeah. And then one of the dudes I know, he seen me last week. Listen, my birthday. He came out here to sing shit again for me. Yeah, man, come on.
It's my birthday. It's my birthday month, motherfucker. It's my birthday month.
That was my cousin. He looked just like me. We're all born in the same month.
Yeah. Chaotic said I make them at home, Bogey. Yeah, we have a couple of those. Like the little, what are those called? The cast iron little,
get a little circle door,
little cookie skillets, like because not the huge cast iron shit. It's like literally for making like the cookies and shit, little small ones, and yeah, those things come in handy. Hell yeah,
yeah, hell yeah, bro. A good bazooki, wake your game up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's giving me money.
That's hilarious. And Office Depot said, I thought they don't. He said, I hope they sing.
I mean, they sing, bro. Come on. We go to BJ's for hell long, bro. Yeah, because I'm telling you, BJ's used to be the spot. Like, you know, I mean, motherfuckers would want to go there, watch the games and shit, and just drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I used to fuck with Heffenweiser, and they'd have the young Heffs on tap. You know what I mean? With a little lemon squeeze, and then like, you know what I mean? Because I remember that phase, like my early 20s before I had kids, started, you know, some of the like, see now those homies that I used to fuck with, you know, they're all beer snobs now. They all drink IPAs and shit, but we used to go there because they would have IPAs on tap, you know what I mean? Like, it's like before the explosion of like craft beer isms, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I go down the street out here, there's a fucking like a craft beer like specialist like little fucking joint you go and fill your growlers. What are they called? Growlers. What are those, you know, those big old fucking oversized Viking joints? Yeah. And I was starting thinking to myself, that's fucking brilliant. You know what I mean? Like, okay, if I'm not digging for the gold in the gold rush, I'm selling the shovels, right? Okay, like when all these, there was that one dude. He was a one-hit wonder. I can't remember his name, but he had that song, Gold on my chain, gold on my watch, gold on my mouth, right? But anyways, he came up before rap. You know what I'm saying? He only had the one hit, but he came up because this motherfucker was trying to come out with a clothing brand. And he said, man, everybody was coming out with clothing brands. So he said, you know what? Let me come out with a store and sell everybody's clothing brands. You know what I mean? And that's
man. There's a dope ass interview you got to listen to on All the Smoke with Master P. He just went on there, and he was like, man, he was like,
he opened up the record store.
Yeah, he was like, I've seen these white folks doing it forever, man. It's all about the product. He was like, I'm putting my money in products, not people. And him and Snoop got a cereal fucking company, and is it General Mills or Post? One of those two fucking is pushing them now.
You ever seen the rap snacks and all that shit?
Yeah, I think, didn't those guys get fucking, didn't they get sued or something?
We'll dig this.
Chips and shit.
So I know Master P, he started one of those earlier rap snack companies and sold it. So I'm just saying, Master P, so if they got sued, it was probably life after Master P.
No, he said that they did get sued because they made Snoop Loops. And they got sued by Post or General Mills or whoever the fuck. He's like, we took a big L on that, but now they renamed it. And now they're back.
They're fucking up, bro. They need to come out with the Snoop C's, right? Just these little blueberry things. And instead of O's, it's C's for all the Crip cereal, bro. You know what I mean? Then you get like Lil Wayne to like be on the cover of the blood version, the B's. You know what I mean? Why not, right? The whole market they're missing, man.
Yeah, and it's yeah, let me see. What the hell is this shit called? Yeah. It used to be called Snoop Loops.
Snoop Loops, Cuz-O's.
Snoop cereal is what it is now.
You know the story behind cereal?
Oh, and it's Brodus Foods. That's what their company is. Brodus Foods.
Bro. Hey, how about this? Do you know the history behind the cereal?
No, let's hear it.
So like this is like a mixer version of it, right? But there's a dude. He was like a doctor, like nutritionist type of motherfucker, and he worked in like a mental asylum. You know what I mean? Or an insane asylum, whatever you want to, they used to call it, right? And the patients, they're hella, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? They're fucking, they're hella manic and they're hella sexually active. And you know what I mean? And it was just crazy madness. And he's like, he had it figured that he was like, man, it's nutrition. They need all the right nutrition. They need something that hits them with all the nutrition that they need and vitamins they need in one. So he created like, it's like kind of like a sheet. You know what I'm saying? It was made of like corn, like some cornflake type of shit. Then he broke up the sheet and he was trying to give it to the patients. And some of them would eat it, you know what I mean? Some, you know what I mean? But it definitely was helping. But then, so here's a janitor that works there, right? And the janitor is the brother, or I don't know if he's the brother. I forget. I don't know if he's just the friend. He's had something to do with the doctor, right? But he got a job there working as a janitor. This dude would eat the cereal because that's what they called it, right? Before they called it. Well, I don't know if they call it cereal yet, but he had the wherewithal to like. He said, "Oh man," the doctor walks in. "Oh, what you eating?" "Oh man, that cereal shit you threw together." "Yeah, well, what is that?" "I poured some milk in it," right? And this motherfucker, he took that shit to companies, bruh, and this dude's name, I forget his first name, but last name, Post. This motherfucker jacked that shit, bruh. But it was his idea to put the milk with it, though. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And the rest is history, bruh.
That shit's wild.
These motherfuckers mopping up the joint, bro. It's like, free food? Yeah, let me get some of that. Oh, you know what? Throw some milk in that motherfucker. And he's like, he's like, what? The eyebrows raised. You know what I mean?
He was a real innovator.
Yeah, and I think he was able to steal the idea because it wasn't patented yet. You know what I mean?
Right. Still brand new.
This was brand new. Like this
didn't even know he needed a patent for some shit like that.
He was on the ground level. You know what I mean? And then Post, they started making all the cereals. Brother, first one, the cornflakes, like fucking. Then they put the fucking rooster on this bitch. Wake your game up in the morning. You know the rooster means morning, right? Boom. Motherfucking milk, bruh. Hey, the farmers was crazy, bruh. The early days, the farmers back then, they get the cereal. It's that new thing, cereal. Put the milk with it. They put the bowl right under the cow.
Uh-oh, Crispy, you're on the clock in the number 20. You got an hour left.
Hey, you know what? Run that thing down to 1 minute, bruh. And then make your pick. Hold the suspense. You know what I'm saying? It's May the 4th, goddammit.
Oh yeah. What okay. But just Star Wars isms then for the May the 4th. I'm gonna start building in lieu of I'm gonna build this destroyer. It's the Executive Superstar Destroyer, and it's like a mini version from like the $700 one that exists. So
let's test people's Star Wars nerdisms.
All right, go ahead. You're hosting this one because
all right. True or false? Okay, hold on. What we can do? We can give some entries or something.
Well, yeah, I guess there'll be some levels like to
Let's
this.
Give them 4 entries for May the 4th, right?
For the how about for this first one?
Okay,
we'll do 4 entries.
Yeah. Okay,
so you can make it an easier one, and you can kind of like work.
Okay, true or false? Was Anakin a Jedi Master?
Throw it in the chat.
Down in the chat.
And PB and Waver said Trinidad was that rapper that Bogey referred
Trinidad James. There you go. Hey, you know what's crazy is he literally had like 1 tooth. At least in my memory, that motherfucker was missing all his teeth. But then once he got on, that 1 tooth was gold. Gold all of my watch. Gold all on my chain. Gold all on my tooth.
All right, let's see. We got no answers in there yet.
Oh, come on.
Chaotic must have dipped out. She said that she was a Star Wars nerd.
True or false? Was Anakin Skywalker a Jedi Master?
Okay, well we got 2 answers in so far. We got 2 people, 3 people now. Depot, Bakes, and Chaotic all said false.
That is correct.
All right.
Hey, we need to get these answers in faster because Google, they love ChatGPT. Was he a master? He's asking motherfuckers. Okay, look. Okay, how about this? How old was the estimated age of Yoda when he was finally one with the Force? Which, parentheses, when he died. How old was Yoda when he became the Force? The living Force. How old was he when his green ass croaked? Put it in the chat. Get you 4 entries. While they're thinking of this, what's the next giveaway, Hus?
Well, hold up. Yeah, we're doing this on Friday. We got 4 jerseys that we're raffling off. So whoever's the winner is going to get their pick of 1 of 4. We got an Earl Campbell.
What?
Signed jersey. We got a CJ2K signed jersey.
What?
A Sergio Mix-a-Lot.
He likes touchdowns and he cannot lie.
And a Frank the Tank Gore.
Ooh, the immortal one. The immortal one.
All right, Depot said 450, yo. He said the toad-looking motherfucker. Bake said 69.
69, dude.
69, dude.
And Chaotic said almost 1,000.
Okay, we'll give it to Chaotic because he was 900 years old.
900 years old.
Yeah. My man, shout out to my man. 900, I was.
Very smart you are, Chaotic.
Okay, here's another simple one. These were all simple. We'll do 2 more. That was our second one. We'll do 2 more simple ones, and we'll get some more difficult joints. The next one is, what was the home planet? What was the planet that Luke Skywalker called home? There you go.
Okay, and you got me thinking about this earlier, but the Man Show, one of the funniest skits that they did was they cut the line at Star Wars at episode 1. Like people been out there waiting for a week and they cut the line. And like they were dressed, one of them was dressed like Yoda and like only talking like Yoda.
Everything backwards.
They're getting hella pissed. They're about to fuck them up.
Hey, listen, bro, don't fuck with a bunch of angry Star Wars motherfuckers, man. You know what's funny? Remember I was about to spend like $1,200 on lightsabers, bro. Remember that shit?
Yeah.
It wasn't until I came to my senses and we went all the way up to like building it, and I was like, oh shit, then they hit like that. Because remember, we were walking around Disney and I seen everyone with them. Like these mother grown ass men just showed up to Disneyland at night, just got there, and then had their little box like they were a musician and shit. They opened their box up and then they were out there just being Jedi. With other nerds. And I was like, fuck, I want to do that. But you know what's funny?
How was that Comic-Con? There was a whole company that was there just selling lightsabers.
Was it those ones?
I mean, they were fucking legit.
Where it had the little plastic tube and it just comes up.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it came up like that. Those ones were already out. But the guy was like showing how sturdy they were, and he was like smacking them together. It's like, these don't break.
Bruh, how much were they for? Like 4, 5?
No, there were some I think that were like 152 for like the basic ones,
because there were starters. Yeah,
but then they go up though. I mean, those were the starters. But,
I wanted to get the dark saber, and I wanted to get a red one because fucking I'm from the dark side And then
okay, and here's the this has been in for a while, so I don't even know how to pronounce this, but Tatooine.
Yeah, give it to him.
All right, Bake
Tatooine, whatever. Okay. Now, let's see another simple one. Okay.
And Office Depot said, "I feel weird being an adult at Disneyland without children. Can't do it."
Okay, look at this. What is C-3PO's specialty? What is C-3PO's specialty?
Carrick said, "I like to people watch. Imagine all these husbands and wives going to the resort, putting kids in bed." Get out their floggers and whips.
Real talk. I mean, like, shit, bro. Everybody, who you ever watched the 70s show? You ever fuck with that?
Okay. Bakeslot's on it. He said, linguistic translator.
Yeah, he knows every language in the universe, bro, in the galaxy, I should say. Yeah.
There we go. Bakes is on it.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's bump it up. Let's get it.
Let's
tough.
bump it up. Okay. All
This
right,
will be for 10 entries.
We're gonna make
it should be at least a little bit twice as hard. How about at least twice as hard?
What was the name of one of the admirals that was underneath Darth Vader? What was the name of the main admiral? The Grand Admiral. What was his name underneath Darth Vader? This one's for what? 8?
10 entries.
10. We're doing this. Big Ben is my friend.
Admiral Akbar office said.
What he said?
Admiral Akbar.
No, incorrect. He was the admiral for the rebellion. He was fucking with the good guys.
Admiral Palpatine, Bake said.
Incorrect.
What? And Caddick said, I see the answers from Bakes before Bogey reads the questions. What are you saying? What do you mean?
I think she has the Force. Is that what that is?
The Force is strong in this
baby.
one. The Force is strong in this one.
Right. Her midichlorian count is off the charts.
Oh, Chaotic said it's my service. Okay. So maybe that's what it is. She's not okay.
You gotta refresh.
Make sure you're live as well. That could be something. It's real easy to click out and come back in, and then it like keeps at the same spot. So make sure you're live.
Star Wars nerds.
Okay, so no other answers in there. So what was the answer to that?
His name is Grant.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Another one just came in. I guess I forgot we're on a little bit of a delay. So Michael said Admiral Ozzel?
No.
Okay, so what was it?
This some real Star Wars shit right here. Grand Admiral Tarkin.
Okay.
You know,
and Admiral Tarkin.
I think the one that the dude that Bakeslaw just said, that's the dude that Darth Vader chokes out and kills in front of everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Force chokes him.
Yeah. See, Star Wars trivia would not be the business for me. We get into some 90s TV shows. Like I'd be all about the trivia.
Okay.
Family Matters, Fresh Prince, Boy Meets World.
We gotta do one of those one day.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Just go tit for tat, me and you just off the dome. 90s shit, man. I'm all about that. Okay, Look at this. Okay, here's another one. Maybe I'll tone it down just a little bit.
Crispy, we got your entries in from last night for the YouTube gifted sub. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ooh, Depot said Bob's Burgers trivia. I wouldn't be good at that.
Yeah, me neither. But I heard, but what's funny is my oldest daughter swears by, like, she grew up on Bob's Burger. You know what I mean? Okay. Because that's that Sunday Night Fox shit. You know what I mean? Like, it is kind of tight because my daughter was still of that age where it was like, to be like, oh, you gotta watch it. It's about to come on. You know what I mean?
For the ones who don't like The Simpsons, right? Like maybe they want, or I mean, maybe they do like The Simpsons also, but making it get a little edgier, right?
She would have them recorded. She was like, "Oh, I got it on DVR." Like, all right.
Yeah,
and she used to do that with Monday Night Raw too. I'm like, "Damn, you can't sit there and watch it. Like, I gotta watch it live." Like, you know what I mean? She just fast forwarding through shit. Like, I'm like, "Okay, that is kind of smart." But it's like, hey, you gonna watch Monday Night Raw on Tuesday afternoon?
Well, I mean, I guess it's crazy because when we were kids, you weren't watching Monday Night Raw when it was live. Technically, I mean, it started at 9, but if it wasn't on the West Coast, it was even if it was on the West Coast, they recorded it like
earlier in the day.
Yeah,
and like
coming on at 9 for the East Coast peeps already.
When I was in junior high, my best friend, when I was referencing earlier, they was lightweight balling. He's Filipino, but both his parents were in healthcare. Coincidence? No, right? But balling, so he had a dish. So like he'll watch Raw East Coast time. You know what I mean? Because when it was live, because they did used to show it live for real. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? The Raw is War. They went back to going live. You know what I mean? For Monday night things, right? Yeah. And like, so he would call me. He'd be like, "Stone Cold's gonna drop the title tonight." No, he's not, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Like, he just fucked me up, and I didn't know he was watching it like live. You know what I mean? So it'd be like he's like mad predicting it to me. You know what I mean? Like, oh shit.
Yeah, it wasn't until DirecTV where you're watching Raw at like 6 or 5 or whatever fucking time it was.
Yeah, 6 because it's East Coast time because normally being 9.
Yeah,
West Coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I think about it, that's why my daughter used to have to record that shit. I just never let her stay up late and watch that shit because by then it was 3 hours. Remember, it would go from like 8 to 3.
Yeah.
2010 era.
Yeah, it was 2. I mean, I always thought that 3 hours was a little bit overkill because 2 hours was like, I don't know. Would you rather be wanting more or like being like, I'm kind of tired of this?
Maybe you know what? I got a ton more trivia questions, but do some easier ones, right? What are the names? What are the names of the creatures that lived on the planet that housed the rebellion from the Empire in Return of the Jedi? So what was the name of the little species? How about this? What was the name of the species that thought C-3PO was a god? There you go. This one's easy. Let's get some entries, motherfuckers. Come on. I got some hard ones, but I'll be like, I don't want to cut. Hell, I'm about to cut deep with lightsabers, bro.
Chaotic said the Ewoks.
Let's go. Ding. Okay. Now we're warming up. Let's get this thing on fire.
Crispy said Beretta trivia, hee-haw trivia.
Hee-haw. Oh, shit. So he grew up, I mean, because he's, 56 now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday again.
He's still 55 in our hearts.
Yeah. Hey, instead of forever 21, he had forever 55 store. You go there and it's like all old like bowling shirts.
And Bake said, "You guys can't see me on the How High trivia." Probably not. Like I've seen it a bunch, but Half Baked would be the one that I've seen.
Get me off, Bake. Put one in the chat, right? He's trying to slap me with the glove. God, I'll accept this duel.
Chaotic said 55 is the new 45. Man, I feel like the Dave Chappelle shit. Like anytime we think of like the glove and the slapping duel, like Charlie Murphy after it's like Rick James just slapped the shit out of me. He was like, even when it was fashionable to like slap another man, you know, there was a gunfight after. One of you motherfuckers had to go.
Mm-hmm. I love it when they say action and he just you know what I'm saying? Cut. Show action.
He said
Charlie Murphy. Rest in peace, Charlie Murphy, man.
R.I.P. Man, like blessed us with like some stories that we never would have heard of had Chappelle not fucked with him and let him get on. Because I mean, he'd been in other shit, you know, but like I don't know. We didn't recognize him in Vampire in Brooklyn or like know who the fuck he was, at the time. Like he's always just Eddie Murphy's brother. And he was like, it wasn't until Chappelle that you motherfuckers knew that my name was Charlie Murphy. I was just Eddie Murphy's brother until that.
Bro, what's that thing called?
And Bakes a Lot said, throw some powder on the hand first before the pimp slap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was Mike Epps' character. You know what I'm saying? You come from a long line of assistant pimps. Pimpers. Yeah. Hey, but you got me. I can't think of Mike Epps, the name of his. Powder. That was his name, right? That was his pimp name.
Was it? Man, see, I'm not gonna be killing it at How High Trivia.
Yeah, hold on. See, he got me. See, boom. I was trying to get some entries, bro.
Office said, fuck your couch, Charlie Murphy. What the fuck am I gonna look like just putting my feet on Eddie's couch? And hell yeah, I put my feet on Eddie's couch. Like, man, he was so fucked up. And then at the end, it's like, man, I gotta be what did he say? I gotta be on one, sitting here talking about Charlie Murphy whooping my ass.
Hey, he went over there when they did the skit, you know what I'm saying? Obviously Dave Chappelle, big fan of Eddie and whatnot, and Eddie's just mega star at this point. And then Charlie, that's just his little brother. So he's like, "Hey, we're gonna go show Eddie this. We gotta get the green light."
Yeah.
So they said they're in Eddie's house, and it's a literal theater room. And then Eddie's just in a chair, boom, big old screen, and they're behind Eddie, so they can't see his reaction. They're just sitting behind him, and you know what I mean. And they're watching the whole skit. And he's just quiet the whole time. And when the skit's done, he gets up and he turns around. Ricky was wearing Giuseppe's, and it was a raid couch. You know what I mean? Like, he had the recollection. You know what I mean?
All right, Michael said do the league trivia. All right, how about this? What is the thing that makes Rafi gag?
Ooh, even I know this, bro.
What is the thing that makes Rafi gag?
I know this one.
Let's see it.
I know what it is, but I don't know if I got it 100% right.
Come on, throw it in there. What is the thing that makes Rafi gag? And it's nothing sexual either. It is nothing sexual.
When they start getting them answers, then don't tell me yet, but let me just take a stab at it too.
All right, come on. I know we're on a little bit of a delay over here of when I'll actually see the things pop up, but let's see it. Come on. What is the thing that makes Rafi gag? And we'll leave it up we'll give it another 30 seconds, maybe a minute, see if any answers trickle in.
If I get it right, we'll give some entries away or something.
All right. I don't see anything coming in. All right, Bogey, go ahead. What's your guess?
It's a scented candle, but give me vanilla.
Ooh.
That is correct.
Vanilla scented candle, yeah.
Because I hate vanilla candles. I was like, you're goddamn fucking right, Ralphie. It stinks, bro. Hey, big fan of vanilla. The ice cream, white women, vanilla extracts and Starbucks. I'm a big fan of it. But vanilla scented candles, don't want it. Sticking up the joint.
So Ruxin's wife, Sophia, she loves vanilla scented candles. And and Ruxin's always burning those candles in there for her. And there was just one where Rafi came in. And he's like all drunk, and he comes and he's like on the bed when they're trying to have sex. And then he starts smelling the vanilla scented candle, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna throw up." Oh, it's like, "You get out of here!" And he's like, "No, I'm gonna throw up on the bed." And then there's an episode later where Sophia dies. And then Rafi is gonna take over the womanly duties of Sophia. And like he comes into the room and he's wearing like Sophia
for real.
Yeah, in the show. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that's dark.
Yeah. Yeah, it got dark, and like Ruxin was using it to his advantage. Like after she died, like people gave him like free wins in fantasy, like a couple weeks in a row, until they stopped feeling sorry for him, and they're like, "How long is this shit gonna last?" And so Rafi comes in one of
so
Sophia's.
dark. They're like, listen, man, let him have a couple of wins. I understand his wife did, but it's been a couple of weeks now, bro. Damn. I'm laughing because I might have been the same way if I didn't know that. Hey, okay, well, I got a story. I'll bring him after, but continue.
Yeah, and so Rafi's in there, and he comes in there in one of Sophia's nightgowns, and he's like, Ruxin. And he was like just pretending to be Sophia. And of course, Ruxin's freaked out. And his only defense is to go get the vanilla scented candle and light it up. And he was like, but you're Sophia, and Sophia loves vanilla scented candles. Like, he's like gagging and just, time out, Ruxin. I can't handle it. Cannot handle the vanilla scented candles. And Crispy said 55, the new 35. He said close enough.
Yeah, happy birthday, Dad, man. It's a blessing. I hope one day I can reach that point too. And be a grandfather one day. The idea of any of my children having kids is awesome when they're grown, right? But I know because Crispy this year, he was, he became a grandpa too. You know what I'm saying? That's just, that's one of, certain things in life, little goals that you never think of. Like I never thought I would have, you know what I mean?
Dang, so Jamie Foxx had a stroke? People are talking about it in the chat right now. That's wild.
Oh no, I love Jamie Foxx. He's one of my favorite Sagittarius.
They said so he broke the silence 3 weeks after his hospitalization. So I didn't even hear about him going into the hospital, but I guess spilled the beans that he had a stroke.
Damn.
Stress will get you, man. Like that's just one of those things. Stress will get you.
I mean, he's what, 50s? He's
50. Yeah, he's 55.
There it is.
He's turning 56 this year, also December 13th.
Yep, Sagittarius. He has the same birthday as Gemma.
Check this out. We got some NFL news. The Bears versus the Chiefs and the Saints versus the Patriots are expected to be 2 games played in Germany this upcoming season.
Oh, what? Guten Ben.
Yeah. Oh, Marco gets to go to one of those games or both. Hey, what up, Derek? Let's smoke it up. We're going to get out of here very shortly.
What up, Derek? Top of the morning.
All right, go ahead. Hit him with another Star Wars. Hit him with another Star Wars.
All right, what is the name? Hold on. I guess the name thing is kind of dope because people are familiar with characters. Okay. Give me Sam Jackson. No, I was gonna say give me Sam. That's too easy. All right. How about this? Where does the lightsaber's power? What is the lightsaber's power source? Yeah, that's a good one right here. What is the name of the lightsaber's power source?
There we go. Man, so when we went to Comic-Con, there was a little like a bingo thing where you had to get stamps from it was like a kids thing. You had to get stamps from different booths and stuff. So I was like a little mission that we were embarked upon. And one of the places was like a toy shop or a toy booth or whatever. And to get the stamp, you had to answer a trivia question. And so the guy was doing it based on however old the kids were. And so for Noble, he asked him, what is Batman's real name? And he nailed it with the Bruce Wayne.
There you go. I would have been so proud right there. My boy. You know what I mean?
He was on it. So, and I was curious if he was going to get it. Because I don't know. He hasn't really watched too much Batman. I mean,
there's various answers
he's into
that would have been.
Spidey and His Amazing Friends, and Batman hasn't made an appearance there, right?
Because it's DC, but
Exactly.
there was another correct answer. He could have told him, "I'm Batman."
He might have
be
got
like,
stamps for that one.
damn. You know what I mean?
If he would have said it, he would have had to change his voice. That would have been fucking hilarious.
Yeah, my son loves Spider-Man right now because that Amazing Friends thing.
Yeah. All right. So Michael threw in the answer. Kyber Crystal.
Give it to him.
All right.
Money. Yeah. I like that. Neural nerd shit. You know, it's dope is like the Clone Wars series is done really well. It's the animated series, right? The one that Disney came out with, because I know Cartoon Network had one, but they were like 15-minute episodes. That was pretty epic too. But anyways, the Clone Wars, they had a series where they would show, because they would take you to this specific planet. I can't remember the name of the planet. I should know this, but they take all the younglings, right? All the young aspiring Jedis, and you go to like the Kyber crystal mines. And like, so it's just these mines full of these crystals, bro. But the force lives in these crystals, so it'll call to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like, you know what I'm saying? The color of your lightsaber blade, right? That it usually reflects your relationship to the force. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's why like when you're, when you're in the dark side, you're flooded with pain. So, you bleed the Kyber crystals. So your lightsaber is red. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a fucking, what do they call that? They call that, what is it? Crescent? No, they, what's the roll tide shit? What is their saying? What is their colors?
Red, right?
Yeah, it's red, but there's a name. I forget the name of the red. Scarlet red? I don't know. Either way, they always refer to it in the literature. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And then Master Windu, right? See, this motherfucker's shit is purple because his ability in the Force is he's able to use the dark side of the Force without turning. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because the dark side of the Force is, it's a lot more powerful in its own right. So his lightsaber reflects it because it's blue and red. You know what I mean? And motherfuckers. Yeah, but that's why he's one of the greatest. You know what I'm saying? That's why it took the literal Sith Lord to take him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I got a question for you. I remember there was I don't remember what the hell it was called, but there was a Star Wars movie that was like a made-for-TV movie. Like it wasn't.
Yeah, it was a Christmas special.
It was like an Ewok movie.
Yeah, I think it was a Christmas special. Like it didn't have nothing to do with Christmas per se, but it came out during Christmas, like on television, on network television during that year, whatever it was in the 80s.
Huh.
Probably could find it on YouTube. Star Wars.
I have no idea what the hell it was called.
It was a made-for-TV joint. I remember.
Here we go.
They used to do
the Ewok Adventure. I think that's what it was.
Okay, yeah, and it came out as a Christmas special on the network shit with their little Christmas rollout that year. You know what I mean?
I don't think that was it though.
That's not the one I'm talking about. Okay.
No, because I see that one. I'm on the Star Wars like list of movies Wikipedia, and yeah, I see the Star Wars Holiday Special in 1979.
Okay.
And then it was 2, and they came out during Thanksgiving weekends, I guess. But Ewok Adventure and then Ewoks Battle for Endor. Bogey into the Matrix. Dang it. And you guys remember these? I remember watching these. I remember fucking watching these, but I can't remember like if they were just little, they were like little offshoots. Crimson, there you go. Damn it. Right when I was looking at Burgundy, it's Crimson. And Bake said, facts, I love Mace Windu, chose him as my character. Nice. In the best ball 22, super tight. And damn it, when hopefully Bogey gets back here in a second, and we'll ask him if he's going to be in there, and if not, Zach is going to be taking the final spot in our Star Wars best ball. May the 4th be with you draft. All right, but yeah, the Ewok Adventure. Yeah, I just remember seeing that shit like on TV like multiple times. I don't remember the second one, the Battle for Endor. Actually, the Battle for Endor may have been the one that I've seen more, because that's the one with like the little girl. Yeah, that might be the one. All right. Come on, Bogey. Get back out here so we can see if you're going to do the draft with us tonight or not. Totally forgot about that until Bakes just said that right now that he changed his character's name in the 22. Yeah, good call by Chaotic. A Star Wars May the 4th be with you. And don't forget, guys, if anybody sees me on the clock, please let me know. All right, we'll give it a second. I'm going to smoke one more bowl, and if he's not back out here, I'll just, we'll figure that out, and I'll let everybody know. But, yeah, we got FNT coming up in a couple hours. It's going to be super short. There's not even really any news. It's going to be a little smoke session, and then we got the draft at 5. All right. Well, I'll just hit him up offline and we'll figure out if he's going to be in there or not. And we'll see you guys back here in a few. Peace out, peeps.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm going to take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.